If you're ready to make 2024 the best year of your life, where you don't just not drink alcohol, you go on to achieve all the things that you want to this year. In fact, when you look back at the end of 2024 and you look back at the year, you say that that was the best year of your life. If you want that outcome, then today in this video, I'm going to be breaking down a framework and process that you can use to plan your entire year so you can just go on to kick ass. This is something that I've just done in my own life. I shared it with a couple of friends and I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to share this with everybody that watches this channel, because something that I'll always talk about is when we don't drink, we want a vision, right? We want something to work towards. We want something that excites us. We don't want stopping drinking to be our biggest achievement, right? No offense, if that's your biggest achievement, then great, I'm happy for you. It's not the life that I want, and I know that for most people that watch this channel, you want an amazing life for yourself. You don't want just not drink alcohol to be this massive, amazing thing. You want to go on to achieve awesome things. So that's exactly what we're going to do together today. And very quickly, just before we get into it, if you want to get access to a free video training that shows you how to get control of your drinking with a totally new method, then just click the link in the description, put your name and email address in, and then a new video will start playing. That's one of the most in-depth trainings on actually stopping drinking that I've ever done. But that's not what this video is about. This is more about the future. So let's dive into it. So I've actually got my iPad open here with the document that I've just created. And if I were you, I'd either get your iPad, your pen and paper, whatever you take notes on, because you're going to go through the exact same process as well. So the very first thing that you want to do is identify your values. Now, we'll use this later on, but hey, why not? I mean, if we're doing a yearly plan, why not write down your values at the very top of the document? You know, your values at the end of the day are your guiding principles, things that you want to live your life by. And you can come up with 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. And later on, when we start thinking about the big actions that we want to take in 2024, we're going to use our values as inspiration, as guiding principles. So I don't mind sharing mine with you to give you some ideas. And what I'll also do is I'll link to a document down below that's just a list of like maybe 100, 200 values, just in case you don't know what yours are. But it's a good idea to get this down at the start of this process. My main values are integrity, discipline, positivity, passion, growth, and compassion. I know that when I live in alignment with those words, I'm fulfilled, I'm happy. So that's the very first thing. The next thing is what we want to do is we want to write down a list of everything that went well this year. It can be the big things that happen in your life, but it can also be smaller things. Maybe you got better at setting boundaries with family members. Maybe you got 6 months without drinking, but you drank for 6 months. But, you know, let's talk about the good things that happened. And I'll share a few of the things that I put down in a minute, not to boast, hopefully to give you some inspiration of some of the great things that happen in a sober person's life. But you want to start writing down a list of all the good things that have happened. Now, this process might take you a few minutes to get the ball rolling. I know when my friend told me about writing all the good things that happened in his life and he actually sent me the list, I was like, man, he's done so much, I've done nothing. And then I started writing, and then the ideas, you know, the memories all just started coming back out. So you want to get a list of all the things that went well this year, and we're going to use this later on. Some of the things I put down were taking my girlfriend to visit my family in England. Amazing time. The YouTube channel got over 10 million views, gained 50,000 subscribers, you know, went skydiving with my best friend in Dubai. I strengthened and made great connections in Dubai with lots of other business owners and online entrepreneurs. You know, I helped my nana with retirement all year. We gifted my girlfriend's mum some money to pay off her mortgage. I've paid for a personal trainer for my mum and my brother for another full year. Got my brother out to Dubai. I've worked with some new coaches, like a storytelling coach. I had a boxing coach. I've made over 150 YouTube videos. I did a 7-day caffeine detox. It's kind of ironic, right? I always talk about not doing 7 days without drinking, right? You want to make a decision. But anyway, that's another story. You know, I've done new courses on YouTube, on video making. And there were some personal things that I won't go into. But yeah, I wrote a list of all the good things that have happened in 2023. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to start writing a list of the things that didn't go so well. And I will share the things that didn't go well for me this year as well, because I just want to be transparent. Hopefully by me being honest with you, you can get honest with yourself when you create this list. But you want to write down all the things that you weren't happy about, the areas for improvement. Now, one thing that didn't go well for me in 2023 was at some point my fitness training fell off. So I got a boxing coach in 2023. I did boxing with a champion boxer called Rocky Fielding when I was living in Dubai. And it was awesome, right? I learned to box and had a great time. But when I was doing that, I didn't do my fitness training. I didn't do my strength training. I didn't do my cardio. I wasn't doing CrossFit. I was just kind of doing the boxing and then working. And that honestly led me to feel very unhappy, because I knew from 2022 when I was going hard with CrossFit, I had, you know, Olympic lifting coach. That year I felt very happy because I was fit and I was strong. Whereas this period of my time in Dubai, my fitness training, you know, it just wasn't as good. Sure, I was boxing, but hey, listen, boxing's more like it's not like hardcore fitness training. It's hard, don't get me wrong, but it's not like CrossFit. For me, it was more about the skill. But I realized that made me feel unfulfilled. I know as well that my nutrition, I had a period of time where that just kind of fell off as well. Like I just wasn't disciplined with my nutrition. And I know the cause of it. I know that when I've got something on my calendar that I'm working towards, like, the CrossFit Open, like some end of a program where I've got to do a meet and do powerlifting, whatever. I know that when I'm working towards something, my nutrition's on point, and I didn't do that this year. And that's actually something I learned from my friend Mehdi, who he created Strong Lift, so like the 5x5 programs. He told me this. He said, dude, you got to sign up for things. You got to get things on the calendar. And trust me, watch how serious you take your training and your nutrition. And he was right. Another thing that didn't go well this year is I made a few hires that didn't go as planned. And the funny thing is that when I made those hires, I knew in my gut that something wasn't quite right. And I overrode that feeling with logic. Like, oh yeah, it's going to be okay. I mean, they've got this on their CV. They've got that on their CV. And every single time I've had this gut feeling that there's something that's not going to work out with this person, it's never worked out. And I know I've got to listen to my gut more, but that's something else that didn't work out. And there's a few other things. Like I knew in last year I wanted to invest in some fixed assets. Obviously, I've got lots of video assets on the internet, but I wanted to get into real estate and I didn't prioritize it. I mean, when I went back to England, just was so busy. We didn't have a chance to do anything there. That's something that next year I'm going to change. But another thing is that with I don't know if you've read the book Getting Things Done, but he's got the GTD system where you capture everything. You have a place where you store all the things that you've got to do in your life. I wasn't perfect at implementing that. I mean, I implemented it for a period of time, but that didn't go so well. And also my hobbies. I didn't level up my hobbies. Previously in 2022, I leveled up my Olympic lifting, my CrossFit. I had a hobby that I absolutely loved doing. Yeah, I guess the boxing was good, but I wasn't super committed to it. But that's another thing that didn't go well. So you want to start writing down the list of things that didn't go so well for you this year. And we're going to use that list in a minute. But the next list, right? So this is the fourth step, is next you want to write down what made you fulfilled this year. What gave you a deep sense of fulfillment? Clearly, we've kind of just done a list of the things that didn't make you feel fulfilled, kind of made you feel unfulfilled. But now let's think about the things that made you fulfilled. So you can use your list of all the things that went well for some inspiration. Maybe not. Maybe you start coming up with new ideas with this new question. I know for me, the big thing was spending time with my family. Like that makes me feel so fulfilled. All my most positive memories when I think back, it always involves my family's smiling face. Another big thing was traveling with Or. We had an amazing time in England. We also went to the Lake District and we spent time in nature. And I feel like my relationship flourishes when I'm in nature. Another big one is like supporting my family financially and helping them with experiences that they might not be fortunate enough to experience. Another big one is working on creative projects. Like that gives me a deep sense of fulfillment. Contributing on YouTube, creating videos. There's another one. Another big thing was working with great people. Like the person that's editing this video right now, you don't cut this bit out because you're cutting it out because you're shy. No, I'm joking. He's not shy. But, working with great people. I have an amazing coach in my program, in the Sober Club program. Great man. And I love working with talented people. That makes me feel fulfilled. I know that as well is improving my skills as a business person, as making content, as helping people not drink alcohol. When I improve my skills and I invest in coaches and mentors and take courses, I feel great. Another big one as well was connecting with other entrepreneurs, other online business owners in person. So now we've done that. Now we know what went well, what didn't go so well. We know our values and we know what made us feel fulfilled in 2023. The next step is thinking about some big actions that you want to take in 2024. Maybe for you realized that, similar to me, that your fitness training fell off, right? You had a period of your life where you were so fit and that's all just fallen off now. And maybe you know that when you were fit, you felt fulfilled. So now that could be something that you want to put down in your big actions. Maybe for you, it's about your spiritual life. Maybe you didn't connect with God the same this year. Maybe you want to go back to a church. Maybe for you, it's about starting that new business. Maybe when you know that when you're not listening to fear, when you take bold action, courageous action, that makes you feel fulfilled. So maybe for you, it's going to be some big, almost scary thing that you're going to step into outside of the comfort zone. And right now, it's kind of like brainstorming. So we're just getting things down. Just if it comes to your head, just write it down. I know for me, I want to do a big quarterly project. I know when I've got a creative project that's not just a short thing, like a small task. When I've got a big task that I'm working on, I love it. I love waking up knowing that I'm building on something and I'm going to create something great. I put down a few ideas. I might start a second channel. We might start making shorts and reels. I might write a book this year. I might hire a new writer. There's a few things with the website that I want to perfect. So I started writing down some big projects and some ideas for things to do in 2024. Another big thing for me this year is going to be planning out the full year of training. So I'm going to look on the calendar and I'm going to find, okay, here's a 5K race, here's a marathon, here's a powerlifting competition, and here's an Olympic lifting competition. And I might look for a CrossFit thing along the way. But I know that when I've got a deadline, when I've got something that I'm working towards, man, I feel so much better. I feel better when I'm fit. And if I want to do skills like boxing again or Muay Thai or whatever, if I want to add these things in, it has to be on the foundation of fitness training. I know that that's when I feel happiest. Another big thing, I want to continue connecting with new people. I want to keep meeting people that are doing similar kind of work to me, connect with new entrepreneurs. I've written a list of all the countries that I want to go to this year. I want to make sure that I plan trips with my family in advance. I want to find a coach for some kind of hobby. It might be something to do with music, maybe an instrument, maybe singing. Another big thing is I want to automate the investments, and I definitely want to invest a lot more money into myself this year. I want to invest in skill development, in finding coaches, in finding mentors. That is something that I want to do a lot more of in 2024 because I know what makes me feel unfulfilled and what makes me feel fulfilled. I've now just started identifying things to put on the calendar, which is the next step, right? The next step, I think we're on step 6, is now planning out that perfect year. It's getting all of this stuff down on a calendar. It's getting things booked. It's getting things secured. It's letting other people in your life know that on this date, you're planning to do this, this, this. And it's getting it all on one place. Now, you might do this physically. I've seen people do this with huge year-long calendars on the wall. I'll put something in the description, something called the War Map, which is like a full year of planning. I'll find one online. It's something I've used in the past, but that's something that's got like a full year there, and you can click on the different months and look at the months and days and years. Or you can simply just use a Google Calendar, which is probably what I will do. But now I've identified those big actions. I want to start getting it out. I want to start planning it out. I want to plan that full year in advance. So this year, when I look back at 2024, I'm like, whoa, that was crazy. Now, the next step is a little bit of a bonus thing, right? If you just do this, it's going to be flipping awesome, right? But there's another thing you could add in. And the other thing you could add in are some habits that you would like to do this year. If you want those goals and those amazing things to come into fruition, what habits do you want to add in this year? Now, don't go crazy with this. I'll share mine in a second, but you want to find some big habits. For me, like a big thing will be planning tomorrow today. If I could do 365 days in a row of having an exact plan written out before I go to bed for the following day, man, it will be the best year of my life. So that's the big one. The second one for me is I would like to start meditation again. I've not actually written that out, but this is the thing is when you start writing some habits, you might get some different ideas. But I know that when I've had periods of my life where I've meditated every day, I feel very calm, very peaceful. Another thing is I want to review this kind of stuff on a regular basis, on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, and a quarterly basis. I want to keep on top of this, so I want to make sure that I review my goals. And I would like to implement the GTD, the Getting Things Done system. Now, we can go to another level and we can start writing down like specific measurable goals, but that's not something we're going to do in this video. I mean, there's much more in-depth goal setting videos out there, but hopefully these 7 things, they've helped you. Let me know in the comment section what your biggest action item is for 2024. What's the big thing that you want to do? Anyway, hope this was helpful. Let's get to it. Have a great day.